Hi everybody, thanks for joining me for another tutorial in Melinda's Rubber Room. I'm Melinda Pierce, I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today to show you how to make this card. This is a card that I did as part of my September stamp camp. So I'm going to point you down to my work surface and get right to it. So this is a quick and easy card to do, but there are a couple tips and tricks I'd like to share with you today. So I'm going to get my supplies out. So if you're new to my channel, I do provide the supplies to make the cards for my card classes in the mail. I can't provide the stamped images, but I can provide substitutes for you. So I'll usually use some die cuts or something like that so that you can use in place of the stamps that I used. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is stamp my background square, so this shading area here, and for that I use the watercolor shapes. This is a fun stamp set to use for getting all kinds of different backgrounds on your cards. So I'm going to start by inking that up with crumb cake ink, and I'm going to stamp off because I don't want that color to be really strong on my card. And then I'm going to just stamp that directly onto my card. Just like so. Now these are not meant to be solid images, so you will see some lighter colors there. And I am stamping on a paper piercing mat because I am using a photopolymer stamp. Okay, so I'm done with that. Now I'm going to stamp my Blackberry Bliss. I don't know if you can tell from the sample, but I do have an embossed background, a dry embossed background on the card. So I want to do all of my stamping first before I do that embossing. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp my flower. I'm going to bring it down a little bit to make sure it's all in that shaded area, just like so. And then I'm going to stamp my greeting. There you go. All right, now I'm going to put it through my embossing folder. Move all that stuff away. I'm going to bring in my cut and emboss machine. And for this, I need the main plate and my embossing folder. So a tip for the embossing folder is first of all, this is a, the design of this embossing folder goes left to right. So I want to make sure that my card is going in correctly so that those bricks are going the right way. And the embossed image will be on the side that has the Stampin' Up! Logo on that embossing folder. So I'm just putting this in, making sure it's nice and straight. And you want to make sure that you're putting it with the seam side of the embossing folder into the plate, into the folder or the Stampin' Emboss machine first. And then I'm putting on the gray plate. You can hopefully hear or see how smoothly that goes through that cut and emboss machine. It's a nice and smooth machine. And then you pull this out and you can see that nice embossed image on there, hopefully. There you go. Okay, I'm going to put my machine back away. I love that that machine folds up and does not take too much space on your work surface. Never seem to have enough room on my table, even though I have a large dining room table that I'm working on. I still run out of space. Okay, so I'm just taking this and mounting it to my mat. And then before I mount my mat onto my card, I want to take my ribbon. I'm just going to wrap that around from the front to the back, flip that over. I'm just going to take some Scotch tape and adhere that to the back. Just like so. I'm going to bring in my card base. So when I provide my kits, I do provide all of the ribbons and embellishments for the kits, as well as the bows that are already tied. I know a lot of people don't like tying their own bows, so I do that for you. I don't mind tying them. Okay, so I've got my bow here. I'm gonna bring in some glue dots and bring my bow to the glue dot. Push it on real good and lift that off. It's got the glue dot right there on the back. Just going to attach that right onto the card. And there is my completed card. Quick and easy. Hope you enjoyed that video. Hope you learned something new. A few tips and tricks along the way. Feel free to give me a thumbs up, share my videos, or message me if you have any questions. You can shop on my online channel at melindapierce.stampinup.net, and you can see all of my videos and other cards that I've made, anything that's happening in my stamp studio on Facebook at Melinda's Rubber Room. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.